All right.
Yeah.
They're ready.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
All right, I don't think Albert heard you. I asked, how are y'all doing today?
Good.
All right, well, my name's Kobi. Welcome to the Abilene Zoo. And this is my supervisor, Tony, who's going to be backing me up and keeping me safe while we present to you Albert, the American Alligator. Now, Albert is the oldest animal at the Abilene Zoo. He's 60 to 65 years old. He used to be located in Elm Creek area for construction, and then he was moved over here into the American wetlands, where now he resides. He's all by himself in this exhibit. So I'll start describing a little bit of the physical features about Albert. He is a reptile, which means he is cold-blooded, which means that he has to use the sun to absorb and heat up his body, and that allows him to metabolize and digest his food and keep living and all that. Unlike us humans, we maintain and regulate our own heat. He needs the sun to maintain his heat. He's about 13 feet long, of 450 to 500 pounds, and he's what you call an apex predator, which means he's at the top of the food chain in his environment. He's an ambush predator, so a lot of people think that he's fake when they come here to the zoo because he's purposely standing perfectly still, waiting for that one chance that a prey item will come to the water to drink so he can quickly ambush it and strike that prey item. Now, if you notice on top of his head, his eyes, and right directly behind his eyes are his ear slits, and then his nostrils are also on top of his snout. That way he can completely submerge his body underneath the water and have those sensory organs just poking up so he can see if there's any prey items coming towards the water. He also has sensory receptors on his bottom jaw line that can sense vibrations, so if a fish swims underneath him, he can also attack them. His teeth are very special. They're called conical, kind of like snow cones. It's conical. And they're not designed to cut and slice like a shark's tooth. They're designed to grab and grasp, tear and shred. He'll grab a prey item, and the jaw pressure is 3,000 pounds per square inch. You can see the size of his jaw, and each square inch in his jaw is 3,000 pounds of pressure that he is able to snap on a prey item. Now, if the bite doesn't initially kill the prey, he will then drag that into the water and do the famous death roll and try and rip it up, or he'll drown that prey item and leave it in the water to soften up and soak up. They have amazing immune systems, and they've been studied for a while about their immune systems. Alligators have been found in septic tanks and sewage systems with missing limbs and missing eyeballs, and their healing abilities are amazing. They have a great resistance to infections. He can hold his breath underwater for about an hour, and he can swim in the water for about 15 miles an hour. So that's pretty fast. He'll put his legs and arms back behind him, and he'll thrash his tail in kind of a serpentine motion like a snake and really propel himself into the water. He also has the ability to run 11 miles per hour on land. So you really, he's designed for both land and water. He really is a top predator. His diet consists of small invertebrates and snails and bugs whenever he's just born. Whenever they're born, they're at a tiny size, and then they grow about 5 to 10 inches a year until about they reach 10 years old, and their metabolism will slow down greatly. And that's how they're able to live so long, is because their metabolism is so slow, and they're able to grow so slow. So that's why he's 65 years old. As they grow, they'll move to larger mammals and some rats, rabbits, anything that makes its way to the water for a drink, all the way up to some large deer that he'll then take into the water to drown, because that's a large prey item. My favorite part about alligators are their reproductive abilities. Around these couple of months during the springtime, Albert is in breeding mode. So he'll arch his head and he'll arch his back, and he'll do what's called bellowing. He'll vibrate his vocal cords real loud, and the water will even dance on top of his back. And that's why we don't have another male in here, because he'll be very competitive and probably fight with them. So then they'll mate with the female, and the female is very protective over her young. And she will actually build a nest made out of lots of brush and leaves and sticks, and build a mound and lay those eggs in there to incubate in the rotting mulch. And that mulch will maintain the temperature for the incubation of the eggs. And what's really awesome and special about that is that if it's 96 degrees Fahrenheit or above, all of that clutch of babies will come out male. And if it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit or below, the entire clutch of babies will come out female, with alternating male and female on the temperatures in between. So the American alligator was actually critically endangered in the 1960s. They were hunted for their skin, their special bones on the back of their skin. They were used for purses, even shields and stuff during war. And with the ability to regulate their temperatures on male and female ratios and stuff, that helped us out on getting their numbers back. The American alligator is no longer critically endangered. The difference between an alligator and a crocodile, besides geographic location and obviously size, are a few physiological differences in that the snout of an alligator is more U-shaped, and that all of Albert's upper teeth on his upper jaw are sticking downwards as if he's giving you a big smile. And the fourth tooth on his lower jaw is sticking up. Now on a crocodile, their snouts are more V-shaped with both upper and lower jaw teeth sticking outwards, so they're real gnarly. Now Albert's looking pretty ready. He's stationed to stay here for me until I present a rabbit to him. So I want you guys to watch him snap this rabbit and then watch how he eats it. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'll go get the rabbit.
We got lucky from back here.
Yep.
The alligator?
Watching if he's going to eat that rabbit.
Is it a dead rabbit?
I don't think so.
So if the bite initially didn't take the animal and kill it, he's going to drag it into the water where he'll soak it up or drown it. He'll tilt. He doesn't have the ability to chew because his teeth again are conical, so they're not meant for chewing. So he'll tilt his head at a 45-degree angle and soften it up with the water, and he'll swallow that whole. That's why if he gets a large prey item like a deer, he'll tear it into large chunks of meat so he can swallow those whole. Now, does anybody have any questions about Albert the American alligator? What
Delicious bunny, wasn't he, buddy?
Okay. Well, I've got a special treat today. If y'all hang out in front of the entrance to the reptile house, I have Anastasia, who's about a 10-inch baby alligator, and you can see the differences in colors between a baby and an adult American alligator, and you also get the ability to touch her. So again, I'll be in front of the reptile house sign in about 5 minutes with that. Otherwise, thank you guys for coming, and welcome to the Abilene Zoo.
Hey guys, look over here. See the flamingo? Right in.
Yeah, I saw one.
Done here. Just all